I'm Deanna Pappas.
And I'm Nicole Seidman.
And we want to welcome you to a very exciting episode of Rose Recap. Each week, we try to bring you the inside scoop on all things Bachelor, Bachelorette, and Bachelor Pad.
And today we have a fantastic show lined up for you, breaking down the latest episode of Bachelor Pad. Plus, we have some exclusive photos from Casey and Vienna's pool party this week where they were celebrating the premiere of the show. We will give you all the juicy details very soon, but first, let's break down last night's episode of Bachelor Pad.
I am ready to dive right in because I am completely enjoying this show. I don't know if it's because Michael Stagliano is on this season or if it's because the awkward situation between Jake, Vienna, and Casey, but this is great TV. Let's start with the competition, Nicole.
All right, so last night's competition was brutal. It was so mean-spirited, if you ask me. Basically, Chris Harrison asked them a series of questions like who should go home next week, who's the least attractive in the house, and they answered the questions by chucking paint-filled eggs at blindfolded contestants.
It was a tough one.
It was so tough. It was so mean. And my heart really went out to Jake, I have to say, because he got pegged a million times, and to Erica, who got hit so many times with the question, who's the least attractive in the house? And you know what? No matter how confident you are, like Michelle Money said, that hurts. So I don't think that was very nice. However, Michael and Melissa proved to have the best aim because they won.
And I tell you what, I want to start with Michael's group date because this date, Nicole, I'm just so excited I can't even stand it. Let me just work this out.
Ooh.
All right, so Michael took 3 girls. He took Erica, Holly, and Michelle to the Linda Vista crazy, creepy hotel. No, it's a hospital. Might as well be a hotel because apparently there's ghosts still staying there. We were so excited about this because Michael, Steven, and I are huge fans of Ghost Adventures, and they have been to the Linda Vista, and it is so scary.
So Michael's a pro.
Oh my gosh, Michael's a pro. He loves like scary stuff. He loves scary movies, and this was the perfect date for him. We were so excited.
Lucky guy.
One part we weren't so excited about is Michael gave the group date rose to Holly, which I think was a given, but the hard part to see was Michael kind of breaking down on the patio with Holly as they were talking about how their relationship didn't work out, and I think that that's hard. I think it's sad for anyone to watch, and I think the hardest part for us to see was when Michael was breaking down and telling Holly that he still loved the crap out of her, and Holly referred to them as just being best friends.
Not what a guy wants to hear, Holly. No. All right, well, let's move on to Melissa's group date with Casey, Blake, and
Kirk. She has a hard time with
I have a hard time because they all looked identical and I kept getting confused. Although, of course, Blake stood out because he tried his hardest to woo Melissa in order to get ahead in the game, and it bit him in the butt because she became a stage 5 clinger.
And listen, wasn't she a stage 5 clinger on Brad's season? So this is not going well for Melissa.
Once a clinger, always a clinger. And she cried basically the last half of the whole episode because he was flirting with Holly, which is another little triangle. We'll see how that one plays out.
Blake is definitely scheming, but I tell you what, he is not the only man scheming in this house. Jake was scheming to figure out how he was going to save himself during this rose ceremony, and 2 people who were not having any part of it were Casey and Vienna.
The situation between these 3 is getting juicier by the second. You know I'm eating it up. And Vienna hates Jake. Casey hates Jake because he's guarding and protecting Vienna's heart, which is that pulsating tattoo was a little bit scary last night. And Jake seems like he's just trying to move on and get closure. But is he sincere? What do you guys think?
As always, we love to stay involved with the fans of the show, so drop your answer on the new Twitter account, @RoseRecap. Is Jake sincere in wanting closure with Vienna? You be the judge on that.
All right, guys, now it's time to wrap it up. In the shocking rose ceremony last night, Gia was so dramatic, she cried way too much and sent herself packing. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, sister, which I guess she did. Jackie was the one voted off in the end of the show, but Jackie didn't lose what was most important to her. In true Bachelor fashion, Ames jumped into the limo with her, and they rode off into the sunset happily ever after.
Happily ever after was right. I loved every bit of it. Guys, listen, as we promised, I have some exclusive photos from Casey and Vienna's pool party this week in Malibu. Extra was there, Star Magazine joined in on the fun, along with a slew of paparazzi that gathered on the beach to catch a shot of Vienna's hot bikini body and her newest asset, her nose. Michael Stagliano, Natalie Getz, and myself stopped by for a little fun in the sun to help them celebrate.
Okay, Deanna, I have to stop you for a second. First of all, where was my invitation?
Well, you know, Cole,
you bring me along next time, okay?
No,
I love the beach, and I love checking out nose jobs. So, how was the nose in person? That's what I've got to know.
I honestly couldn't tell that big of a difference. I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with Vienna's nose to start off with, and hey, her bikini body is banging, so who needs a nose job when you look that good?
Yeah, that's not what they're looking at, is your nose, sister. All right, you guys, that's all the time we have for today. Keep up with us on Twitter @RoseRecap, and be sure to watch us right here next week with another special episode of Rose Recap. Bye.